Charleston White was kicked out of NBA YoungBoy Make America Slime Again concert. Massa! They kicked him out. Then, and despite him actually being invited to the event. Look, he say the man did the Say Cheese TV interview, knowing he was going backstage with them guys later on that day. Look, this is tough. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm gonna just be real. This is tough. Cause he's not throwing a rock and hiding behind a brick wall, man. He showed up with no security, bro. You gotta salute that. You gotta salute that. Why? He's fighting for freedom of speech. The man could say what the fuck he want to say. He wasn't talking about YB. Nobody's ever talking about YB, fam. We're talking about the company he keep and them dumbass fans. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, man. Shout out Charleston White. Now he's waging war against NBA YoungBoy and the whole camp. It's gonna get ugly. Trust me. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Camron demands $500,000 from J. Cole. Yeah, he won $500K for that Reddit 24 track on that Might Delete Later mixtape. Look, bro, the man said Cole promised him either a feature on one of his future endeavors, or he will come to It Is What It Is podcast and sit down with him and Mace. Look, he say after a year, ain't nothing happened. He's tired of fucking waiting. He wants $500,000 for his contributions to that record. Look, drop it in the comments. It's corny. Yeah. It is fucking corny. Jermaine Cole, J. Cole, ain't hurting nobody. You know what I mean? It's corny, but gotta admit, fam, it's just business. Niggas are starting to realize, like, yeah, you fucked me over in any kind of way, I'm taking you to court. Is Drake really wrong? Is Drake wrong when everybody's suing? Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out J. Cole. Soulja Boy apologized to Candy Barrett. Now, it's always a nice day, always a good day when you can see Soulja Boy actually having that out-of-body experience and saying, you know what, I was wrong. You know what I mean? Candy Barrett didn't do nothing to him. You know, all she did was interview the cameraman. She didn't know what was gonna come out. The cameraman say Soulja Boy spitting $875 worth of room service. Actually ordered 1,000, but he sat there and gorged for about an hour, forcing the cameraman to watch him. Once the cameraman asked him for them chicken tenders, when he thought, you know what, Soulja Boy wasn't gonna touch him. He ain't eating 4 days. Asked him for the chicken tenders. Soulja Boy said, yeah, you can have them. You know what I mean? Real shit. Soulja Boy has since denied it. But I'm thinking Soulja Boy was just high. After seeing him beat the shit out of Neil Riley so much, even in his sleep, I'm thinking he'll do anything. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Drake Take Care album is top 20 on the Billboard 200. This is the highest placement in over 13 years, fam. Over 13 years. And he recently fell off the Billboard 100 for the first time since February. Look, this is crazy, you know what I mean? Over 13 years. This is the highest placement, bro. They're calling this one of Drake's best albums ever. This just goes to show you, bro, it's about longevity. You know what I mean? It's about longevity. It's about making quality music over quantity. Now, you could put out 1,000,000 bullshit tracks. If they don't stand the test of time, you got to ask yourself, was it really worth it? You can't be out there just making no fly-by-night ass records. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is tough considering Iceman ain't even dropped. I'm thinking it's going to be next year, but they say he's trying to push it out by the end of the year, so we'll see. Shout out Drizzy, man. Scores from the playground. Kanye West's graduation album earned 4.4 million streams on Spotify in one single day. And we're not talking about last year or the year before that. We talking about Monday, nigga. Yeah, Monday, Kanye West was one of the most streamed rappers on Spotify's platform, garnering over 22.7 million streams, bro. Timeless music, graduation, college dropout, nigga, we are still jamming it. Why? Because Everything I'm Not made me everything I am. You know what I mean? Just be honest, let's just be real. On this new Kanye, I don't agree with him. You know, for what he did to Lil Stevie, I too had to step back from him. You know what I mean? But you got to separate the man from the music. I'm gonna say it again. You got to learn to separate the man from the music to really have that experience. You know what I mean? Just be honest. Let's just be real. I ain't learned to do it with R. Kelly, but definitely learned to do it with Jay-Z and Kanye West. Those are two of my goats. You know what I mean? Those are two of my musically, lyrically, hip hop wise. Those are two of my goats. You add them and you add Wayne, now you're talking. Nigga, and DMX, that's four. You know what I mean? I give you that fifth one, but you're gonna have to wait on it. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. 6ix9ine facing 5 years in federal prison. Why tell the truth when a lie sounds better? You know what I mean? Be honest with you, man. The man facing 3 to 5 months. 3 to 5 months. The judge can sentence him to 5 years in prison, but come on, man. This is Daniel fucking Hernandez. Old wig wearing Daniel, you know what I mean? Wig wearing Daniel ain't getting no 5 years. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You snitch once, you snitch again. If he had to throw everybody under the bus to get out of them 3 months, he gonna do it. So you really think Daniel Hernandez is gonna do 5 years in prison? Slap yourself and pull yourself together, nigga. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Shout out 6ix9ine, because his comeback has to be studied, man. He's right back to what he was, bro, before the snitching. I gotta salute that. I like him. Just being honest, just being real. I like him. It's something about the guy. It's entertaining. You know what I mean? Provocative. It keeps the people going. Only thing that matters, bro. Just being honest, just being real. Promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. Drop it in the comments. Hype my shit up. This ain't throwing shots at Lil Meech. BMF has officially been canceled. You heard me right. After season 4, BMF is no more. 50 Cent posted a photo of Lil Meech holding an out of work sign, and he captioned, "What next season? Lil nigga." You know what I mean? Look, bro, if you don't know what he's referring to, word on the block is Lil Meech spent all this money on Zaza and cohorts, Chrome Horse. Look, bro, I do think Lil Meech will have a future after this. 50 didn't put him through acting school, man. He's already acquired an on-air personality. That means he's already a character. You know what I mean? Real shit. All he got to do is play his fucking cards right. 50 Cent treated him better than his own son, Marquise. Only to find out when that boy daddy got out of jail, he was loyal to his pops, as he should been. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Lil Boosie house was burglarized in Atlanta while he was out of town performing. He got the word that somebody tried to break in. If it wasn't for them damn cane Corsos, same dogs that Tyrese is in trouble for. I'm not a dog person, but I'm gonna stay away from the cane Corsos at this point, you know what I mean? Because I'm hearing too many fucking stories. Look, the dude got bit up, left blood all on the gate. Boosie say had he been there, he would have live streamed him putting the blicky to his head and asking him, "Who sent you? Why are you here?" You know what I mean? Look, bro. And I don't think he capping. Yeah, I don't think he capping. Because somebody breaking your shit like that, your family home, when they know you out of town, it sounds like it's an inside job. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Shout out Lil Boosie. Yeah, shout out Lil Boosie. It's getting hot out in Atlanta for him. I see. Drop it in the comments. Fan Lucci says Fannie Wallace pressured him to snitch on Young Thug. That's the Fulton County DA. He says she tried to convince him that if he gave just a little information to help get Thugger convicted, that they cut him loose. Yeah, cut him, take the handcuffs off him, and let him walk right out the front door. You know what I mean? They just wanted nails for that coffin. Look, bro, he said he didn't believe it. Didn't believe it, and was convinced that he was coming home anyway. So, you know what? Kept his mouth closed, and it worked out for the best for him. the streets think he, I really can't say none of the drug lords. I can't, because they all snitch. You know, I just be honest. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? The streets are a myth. YF and Lucci, I don't know what he did doing what he didn't. Ain't my business. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Allowed to return to the United States. A judge has approved a change of terms to his bail agreement that will allow him to return home, but with strict conditions. Look, he's finally able to leave the UK as he awaits trial. This is after he allegedly knocked the music producer over the head with a Don Julio bottle. You know what I mean? Look, bro, I don't know if Breezy did that shit, but niggas know he be wigging eyed. What he did to Rihanna, threw a brick in the back of his mama car. You know what I mean? The man got an attitude problem. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But let's not forget he's a black belt. He wouldn't even have to pick up no bottle on an average music producer, fam. So Chris Brown is innocent. Let that man come home, because he will be vindicated very soon. I'm willing to bet, bro. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Mac Miller is featured on Big L, Harlem's Finest, Return of the King album. And this is the crazy matchup now. This is crazy. He's on the track title Forever. Nobody really seen this coming. I'll just say it's gonna be interesting. You know what I mean? Real shit. The album also has features from Jay-Z, Joe Budden, Method Man, Joey Badass, and Nas. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call him Nas right now until he answers the question. Were you picking up high school girls when you was 23 years old? You know what the world want to know, man. I'm going to just be honest with you. Shout out Big L. Big L is gone now. He's one of my favorite rappers, Jay-Z, and that Big L 7-minute freestyle is going to be featured on the album. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know that, but they will soon. You know what I mean? I believe this 2025 mix-up of the 7-minute freestyle is going to be legendary. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. Cards from the playground. Ross denies promoting illegal gambling with Drake. They're facing a class action lawsuit for promoting illegal and predatory gambling. It was filed in a federal court in Missouri. Look, they say they glamorized the platform to millions of fans, only to find out that they was only betting the house money. Yeah, look, bro, once you start selling motherfuckers, you gotta understand people are gonna start suing you. You know what I mean? Look, State gave Drake $1 million for his birthday in his account, betting power. You know what I mean? It wasn't liquid. It was betting power. The man can't withdraw that million if he wanted to. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Now, I'm not saying there's no truth to these allegations. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's worth some looking into. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Because everybody going to state, but it's some money to be made on prize picks. You know what I mean? Why ain't you telling them to run the prize picks, bro? People are losing everything they got on stake, thinking it's a sure shot. It ain't. You gotta understand, nigga, that's betting. You know what I mean? It's win or lose 50%. You got a 50% win, you might have a 20% of chance of winning. But when you win, it feels good. When you lose, and now you wanna sue. Drop it in the comments, man. And Scars from the playground. Desiigner new music compared to Conway the Machine. Yeah, look, he dropped a new album, a couple months ago. It's having a good reaction for the fans. The fans are loving it. The way he's spitting is nothing like that Panda shit. Timmy Turner kind of hurt his career. That and getting caught jerking off on an airplane really hurt him. You know what I mean? Don't know if he'll ever reach them heights again, but this music sounding good, man. I got to admit it. It's sounding good. Now, is it on my playlist? No, unfortunately, it is not. You know what I mean? It is not. But it's dope. When you listen to it, it's hard to say it's bad. It ain't bad. He's rapping to old school boom baps. You know what I mean? That's the original art form. When you give back to the arts, respect come with that. Yeah. Respect go a long way with that. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Shout out Desiigner, old jerk. or airplane jerking off ass. You know, just being honest, just being real, fam. He's still cool. Drake filed an appeal against Universal Music Group, UMG. This is for not like us. Look, the judge tossed it out. Yeah, the judge tossed it out. She say it was all complications from a rap battle. You know what I mean? A war. It was war. Things happen in war, but if you go to war, you should expect it. Look, uphill. Here, Drake, he ain't taking a loss. He's gonna use this to teach a lesson. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I think Drake is gonna, what's winning? You know what I mean? Somebody say, well, hey, will he win? What's winning? All he need to do is go long enough that UMG feel like they cornered in and they got to settle. You know what I mean? It's just, this thing is never gonna go to trial. You know what I mean? Somebody is gonna settle, maybe both. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But yeah, but wrong.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the jail, it gotta be about business.